REED-BBS. BBS. Blackberg Sugar, Bachelor's in Boxing Studies. Television! Fred Sanford of the Fistic Arts. When all is said and done, there's nothing left to say or do.
REED-BBS. BBS. It saddens me to say this, but the business side of boxing is holding back Jaron Boots Ennis. The business of boxing is holding back Jaron Boots Ennis. Now, if you just let's just track his career. Let's just track it all. He was signed out of the amateurs by Cameron Duncan, who has worked with a laundry list of great fighters. But with that, Boots, they didn't sign with a major promoter. Cameron Duncan is a manager, just for those who don't know. So Boots wasn't affiliated with a PBC or a Matchroom or a Golden Boy or a Top Rank, where he had in-house television dates to help boost and push him. Boots him is what I was about to say, it sounds like. So yeah, with that, Boots fought in relative obscurity for the first few years of his career. Like, probably got as high as 12, 13, to 15 fights before he finally got a nationally televised bout on Showtime Showbox. And with that, he's basically segued into a promotional deal with PBC. I don't know if it's officially on paper, nor do I know the terms, but since he's been in the public sector, he's been doing PBC cards. So we can call him a PBC fighter. With that, now that he's getting TV dates, his audience is growing. We're privy to his talents, his gifts, his work ethic, his boxing pedigree, and the family that he was raised in, the Ennis family. Jaron Boots Ennis, he's high risk, low reward. We hear that term all the time. In the case of Boots, what it means is this brother's issuing $10 million ass whoopings, but motherfuckers ain't getting $10 million a fight. Boots Ennis is issuing 10 million, 8-figure ass whoopings, and motherfuckers is getting 6 figures a fight. Would you be interested in taking a $10 million ass whooping, an 8-figure ass whooping for 6 figures? No, I wouldn't either. That's another major factor of the business side that's hurting Jaron Boots Ennis. Guys can't be compensated handsomely enough for that ass whooping. In that regard, you can't blame them, even though we're in the realm of fighters. Like, bruh, fights gotta fight. Fighters gotta fight. Fights have to happen. Hopefully, for the sake of the business and the growth of it. Another factor, and it's neither man's fault, but the Spence Crawford fight, that stagnated. They stagnated the welterweight division, going back and forth with their negotiations. And we will fight, we won't fight. Come to this side of the street, come to that side of the street. That stagnated the growth of Boots for quite some time. And now we're still, as I speak, in a holding pattern, waiting to see if and when Spence and Crawford will have a rematch. And under what terms. And now, with Showtime getting out of the business of boxing and PBC rumored to be taking their talents to Amazon Prime, how does that affect Spence Crawford? Because how that affects Spence Crawford trickles down to how it affects Jaron Boots Ennis. Again, it's just sad that a man of this talent, some would say a Roy Jones Jr.-esque level of talent, it's really sad, discouraging to me that the business side of the game is holding him back as such. Now, he's just 26, but still, he should have been in some of these major marquee fights that we're still wanting to see him in. He should have been doing this by now. Not to mention the fact there's fewer dates. Boots wanted to fight 3 times this year. He was on schedule to fight 3 times this year until the whole news of Showtime again taking their ball and getting out of boxing. They want to go somewhere else with it. They're taking their gloves and everything, mouthpieces, and don't want shit to do with it. But yeah, I just wanted to speak on, I hadn't done a Boots Ennis video in a minute. And when I think of his name, my first reaction is just like, damn, bro, I sure wish this brother could get these fights. And it's a matter of him not being able to get them. A lot of you are like, yeah, sure. No one wants to fight him, sure, okay. No, that shit is real in the case of Jaron Boots Ennis. Your favorite fighter don't want shit to do with him. Trust me. Hopefully the worm turns with Bud being stripped, which I don't agree with, but with Bud being stripped of the IBF welterweight title, that now makes Boots the full-fledged IBF welterweight champion. So now mandatories will have to fight him. Mario Barrios, who will in due time become the full-fledged WBC welterweight champion. Hopefully he's genuinely interested in unifying with Boots. He says he is. We'll see. As I know from my matchmaking days, motherfuckers can say whatever they want, but you put a contract in their face, let them see them terms. That's when you get the real deal Holyfield of who wants to fight and who doesn't. But yeah, man, hopefully the worm turns for Boots and the business side of boxing doesn't continue to hold back what could be the best pure boxing talent that we've seen since Roy Jones. REED-BBS, BBS. Blackbird Sugar, Bachelor's in Boxing Studies. Televisión, Fred Sanford of the Fistic Arts. When all is said and done, there's nothing left to say or do.